Hey everyone, welcome back to Rob's Funk and Junk Podcast, episode 35. 35, yeah, I'm on episode 35. The date is the 29th of February. How are you all doing out there, wherever you are? I know I'm definitely missing the weather in Thailand from a week ago. I wish, I'm really looking forward to things brightening up here. But this is not a weather channel. This is a guitar channel, a guitar podcast type thing. Thanks to everyone who watched last week and wrote in. Thanks very much. People seem to be following. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe thing. Just to, so I know people are watching. That'd be nice. So, yeah, how's things? What's been happening? How's your day today? How's the gym session going? How's your drive into work? How's your walk with the dog? I know I tend to listen to these things when I'm trying to get to sleep at night. So if you've got your headphones in and you're listening to my voice, I'm hoping it can send you off into a nice slumber. So I had a gig this week. Paul, Turner, Derek and myself from, Paul and Derek, who I play with loads. We had a gig this week and it was great. We played the other night at the Arts Club in London. It's just a yearly event that we play at for some friends of ours. They have a little gathering every year. So we put a little band together. So who did we have? Yeah, we had Sam Tanner on vocals and keys, and the marvellous Florence Rawlings on vocals as well. And whilst I was doing it, whilst I was doing the gig, I sort of realised how many Chic songs we were playing. Lots of Chic, lots of Sister Sledge, and I'm also just prepping for a gig that I have next week in Georgia with Sister Sledge. I'm just sort of going over the songs again and relearning the set, how the set goes. But it's made me kind of, I'm obviously playing a lot of Nile Rodgers guitar parts, which is, for me, great. And today I thought it would be a good idea to sort of talk about some of the things. I'm not a Nile Rodgers historian. I don't know everything about everything he's done. I'm obviously a huge fan of his playing and his writing and his production work. And he's been a huge influence on my playing. I owe a lot of what I do to growing up listening to the records of Chic and Sister Sledge and all the other things he did. All the David Bowie record he played on and produced. A lot of that stuff I kind of didn't even know was him when I was growing up. I had no idea who Chic were until much later on when I was playing, having to learn these tunes that I'd already known because my brother and sister used to play this stuff around the house a lot. But I was standing there the other night playing some songs and realised how many of the songs that we played in the set. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago about the repertoire, your repertoire for getting out playing, and specifically if you're doing stuff where people are out and you want them on the dance floor. It's amazing how many things that you end up playing in a set list that have been touched or influenced by the work of Mr. Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards. So today I thought I'd just sort of have a little bit of a Nile Rodgers freak out. Freak out? I didn't mean to say that. A Nile Rodgers geek out is what I meant to say. And that was actually complete by accident. A Nile Rodgers geek session. I remember a very early guitar lesson. One of the first things I learnt from Nile Rodgers, my teacher Colin Medlock years ago taught me when I was 12 or 13 or something. He taught me how to play Le Freak, which anyone who knows about Nile Rodgers and Chic will know that, you know, it's the song Freak Out. So this is how I learnt it. You know, my teacher taught me that you play like it goes high A minor 7. Yeah, so it's just based on a A minor 7 chord, and then sort of this coming down to this sort of A minor 7 shape here. I mean, I don't want this to be like a lesson. I'm just sort of going to discuss a few of the sort of parts that he played. I don't actually play them the same as him. I just do my own versions of it. But this one, really interestingly, is, from what I gather, is a double track part, and he doesn't play the same thing on each track. I think he plays a different thing on it. One take was one thing, the next take was a slight variation on it. And I think that's why when you're playing it on your own, you could never make it sound the same way it does on the record. So I think, I've not really studied it, but what I can imagine it was, if I was doing it, I would do perhaps this. So one part would go... so you get that figure. And then I think maybe the second part is doing, rather than that, I think when you overlap them. So when I'm playing this song, I tend to go from one to the other. And I think that's the clever little bit on it, you know. And I love that little thing that he does there. That bit where he goes to the A minor 9 there, and then up to the minor 3rd. Recently, I've looked at a few videos of Nile Rodgers playing, and I notice he does quite a lot of bar chords. I saw him actually in Australia when we were there last October. And watching him on the stage, he plays a lot of full bar chords, and that's, you know, that's what he does. That's how he gets the sound that he makes. I don't do a lot of that because I think I've just learned his stuff and then sort of bastardized it for the way I want to play it. But I noticed that his thumb is quite often on the back of the neck, and he's playing full bar chords. But I mean, what a cool part that is. What an amazing part. So, the way I sort of get this sort of effect of playing is I'm doing a hell of a lot of damping with my left hand. I'm playing very short little bursts of... So that's quite tight and short. Yeah, it's just how I sort of internalised it and learned how to play it myself. And I think that's a good thing about learning how to play things. Play other people's guitar parts, and then you kind of make them your own. That's when I learn things, I never really want to make myself play things exactly like the guitar player plays them. I want to sort of make them myself, my own thing, if I can. If it's really tricky, I probably end up playing it the same way that they do. But a lot of the time, I will just do my own version of it, what I think it sounds like, and sort of make it mine, if I can. you know, I really wish I'd written some of these things because they're genius. So, but yeah, learning, you know, I'm learning these songs for this up and coming Sister Sledge gig that I've got next week. You know, there's a load of songs in there that I've kind of grown up playing, and then when I've had to sort of learn it from the records, I realise I'm doing completely the wrong thing. But there's a little chord move that I noticed that Nile Rodgers has done in his writing. You know, whether it's come from Bernard Edwards or Nile, I don't know. It's probably because they collaborated a lot. They were sort of a team. But like in a song like Everybody Dance, the Chic song, so it goes C minor, C minor 7, A flat, B flat major, A flat major, B flat major. Then it goes to an A flat major 7. Then there's an F with an A bass, F over A, and then there's a flat over B flat. So this is a change. That change in particular is a thing that I've noticed crop up in a couple of Chic songs. I've nicked it myself. I nicked it on a song I wrote with Corey Wong, and ended up being a song that was collaborated. Corey collaborated with Chromeo, called Just a Minute. I kind of borrowed that little move. I can't remember even how I did it, but yeah, it's I'll have to listen to it. But yeah, so that's a very, he's used that a few times. So in Everybody Dance, for example, here it goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's wicked. You'll notice I'm kind of playing around my thumbs over the top of the neck when I'm playing these things. So I'll play a C minor 7 like that with my second and third fingers. I find that going from an A flat major 7 there. See how far my thumb is over the neck, so that when I go to the F over A, my thumb can play the A, and then the A flat over B flat. My hand is gripping the neck like this. I'm not sort of like this. I can't even do that. I can't even do that like that. Yeah, my thumb is right over the neck. It's just the way I do it. But I don't know how he does it. I haven't actually looked. But what a great chord sequence. 2, 3, bar. Awesome. The other one. My Forbidden Lover. Same thing, right? It starts with an A over D flat, A over C sharp, sorry, and then it's a C over D, B minor 7, E minor 7. So you can see how he's used that movement is he's used it in 2 songs, right? Also, a similarity, this is definitely not intentional, a similarity that I noticed in My Forbidden Lover is that the verse chords are kind of the same as Good Times. So you've got My Forbidden Lover. Going up to the verse. E minor 7, A7 sus4 to a D major 7 with an A bass note, which I know he's probably not, I don't know if he's doing that, but that's the same as Good Times. Which I play like this actually. E minor 7. I play G over A there, and then going to like a D major 7 or an A add 6. That's just how I play it. Now what these chords are called is, yeah, they can be, as we know, chords can have 2 names. It doesn't really matter to me as long as I'm playing the right chords or it sounds right to me. I don't really, a chord is what the chord is. But so I play like, I'll play so that's a G over A, and I'm playing the A on the 5th fret of the E string, the high E string. It's just how I voice the chords. It's just how I hear it, and I don't play a lot of the muddier lower notes. It's just not my preference because the band's usually quite full, and I tend to. I stay up, pretty much concentrating on my sort of rhythmic playing on the D, G, B and E strings if I can. But tonight, I've got a gig tonight and there's no keyboard player, so I'll probably play a lot more fuller chords. But yeah, that's, just going back to that chord movement, that's a really cool thing. I did it, what did I do? I can't even remember. So I have, hang on, let me just have a look. I've got my computer plugged in here so I can listen to this. Corey Wong, J-A-M, is the track. What did I do for the chorus? The streams that say this thing I never felt you appeared in ever since I strung along. How'd you do it? So I played a D over F sharp and then G minor 7. But that was definitely something that I kind of took as influence wise from Chic, absolutely. So yeah, D over F sharp, G minor 7, C, D minor 7. Yeah, it's just it's just a slightly more extended harmony than we're perhaps, it's back from those disco days. That's where it comes from for me. I kind of, when you've grown up listening to. kind of hear those harmonies, you know, those chord changes, and yeah, I really love that stuff, you know, and it's coming back, you know, it's coming back in a lot of music that we listen to now. That slightly extended, you know, as they, you know, they're called grown-up chords. What's the other one I listened to earlier? Lose Yourself. Amazing. Check this out. And there's a couple of layers on this, right? Ah. Awesome. I mean, that's super cool, right? So that's a E flat minor 7, F sharp major 7, so A sharp minor 7 or B flat minor 7 to a G sharp. So how I would do that, right? Instantly, that's what I would do. Because I'm lazy, I would play that E flat minor 7, 2, 3, 4. I would just take my second finger off, and that would give me the F sharp major 7 there. And then for the A sharp minor 7 or the B flat minor 7, I'd just keep my, or minor, sorry, I would just keep my hand there. And then, so two shapes basically. I'm playing that shape. And then for the G sharp major, yeah. So I'm just playing two shapes, but the groove, 3, 4. Just an awesome part. Yeah, what a tune. Yeah, great. So yeah, I nick so much of that stuff. I steal loads of those things for myself, and then I just sort of make them my own. You know, I'm not copying. It's not a great idea to just copy chord sequences, but you can take little movements and go, well, I'm going to have that for myself, and then twist it a bit. Another one is the Chic cheer thing. I don't even know what key that's in. Hang on, let me have a listen. Chic cheer. Hang on, I didn't even type it in correctly. Please excuse me. Chic cheer. Let's have a listen. What key's that in? Where is it? Oh, that's live. Hang on, let's listen to the... I mean, that's a riff. That's an awesome riff. So yeah, it's in E. The reason I play it in D is because I played that song "Never Knew a Love Like This Before" by Faith Brown, I think it is, and they sampled it. And yeah, so wicked. Well, there's a whole tune there, right? Awesome. Yeah. And then, the other sort of amazingly influential track that he did, which I'm going to put, I've already set this up, which I didn't realise until much later in my life that this was him and how incredible it was. I mean, is Let's Dance by David Bowie. I didn't know that was Nile Rodgers for a very long time until I sort of studied things a bit more. And then apparently the guitar part on that song was just this little thing. Hit 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just very sort of, just little triads. Right? I don't even know if I'm playing that correctly. But then when they did it in the studio, they were sort of messing around with things, and the mix engineer, Bob Clearmountain, who's a genius, patched something in. He was just trying to get a sound up on the guitar part. And he patched in a delay, or 2 delays went on at the same time, 2 echoes went on at the same time. And I don't know if I can recreate this. I've got a delay here. I'm just going to turn it on. Hang on, I've got the wrong delay settings. Hang on 1 second. Let me just open my delay. That's completely wrong. So one delay setting is set at quarter notes. Where is it? Quarter notes. Come on, give me quarter notes. There you go. And one is set at 8th notes. And I believe the tempo of the song is 114 BPM. So you get 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2. Yeah. I may have the delay mixed a little bit too loud there, but I mean, it's just such a cool part. Yeah, very, very simple little things that he's done there. Massive influence on me. I have never had the chance to play with Nile Rodgers. I would love the chance to play with Nile Rodgers, which is weird. We've done probably 3 or 4 gigs. Jamiroquai have done 3 or 4 gigs where we've been on the same bill as Chic, and I've had a couple of encounters with him, but because I'm quite shy, I don't sort of push myself in front of people very often. And but my very first encounter with Nile Rodgers was, I was over in New York a long time ago, probably 2003, 2004. I was doing a songwriting session, and I was working with a guy called Jeffrey Franzel, and we went to get a sandwich. We'd sort of taken a break, went out to a little deli to get a sandwich, and standing there with this massive sandwich in my hand, or waiting for the sandwich or whatever, and this chap walked past, and Jeff called out to this guy, "Hey Jerry, come over." And it turned out it was Jerry Barnes, who is the bass player with Chic. He's like, "Oh, I'm just here with this guy, Rob Harris. He's a guitarist with a band called Jamiroquai." And Jerry was like, wow. And he got on his phone, walked away, made a call, and then came over and just handed the phone to me. And it was on the other end of the phone. It was like, hi, it's Nile Rodgers. I nearly, my knees went a bit wobbly, and I didn't know what to say, and I sort of probably sounded like a complete idiot. And then, that was my first meeting, and I think he gave me his number. I still have his number in my phone now, I think. But I would never call it. The next time was I messaged him. We were playing in New York a few years later, probably 2007, and I sent him a message saying, did he want to come to the gig? And he was out of town, so he didn't come along. And then, what else was the next time? Oh, we did a gig called Guildfest in London. Guildfest in Guildford. Why am I can't see. As soon as I get a microphone on and a camera on, I fall to pieces. But we went to... we played, but Chic were on before us, and they were playing Good Times, and Paul Turner and I just happened to take our sons up on stage. So Paul had his son Lewis, I had my son Ollie, who were, really young at the time, probably 10, 11, I can't remember what age they were, and we were stood at the side of the stage. And then there's a bit in the Chic set where the audience can get up and they all have a dance. So the stage manager walked up to Paul and I and took both of our sons by the hand and walked them on stage to Jerry Barnes's Bass Riser. So they're sort of standing up there, like dancing around, not quite knowing what to do. And all of a sudden, Jerry takes both of the boys by the hand, Lewis, Ollie, my son, and Lewis, Paul's son, and leads them to the front of the stage where him and Nile, Jerry and Nile, do a little bit of a funk off, and they were getting the boys to play air guitar next to them. So I've got video footage of that. I was probably standing at the side of the stage with tears running down my eyes because I'm such a huge fan of Nile. I was like, wow, I can't believe that. And it was complete. They had no idea that we were there and that they were our sons. It just happened that it was Paul and my son and Paul Turner's son got taken to the front of the stage to go and jam air guitar with Nile Rodgers and Jerry Barnes. And then afterwards, after the gig, I was stood there with my son Ollie, and I think he walked past and said something to Ollie, and I was just like, hi. I didn't say anything because I'm such a wuss. Yeah, I get so shy around people that I admire. So, but yeah, he has been such a huge part of my life, and we did a gig with them back in October last year over in Adelaide, and I was hoping I'd get a chance to meet him and say hi then, but they sort of came in the van, went on straight on stage, did their gig, and then they were off. They work so much, Chic, Chic and Nile Rodgers work so much. But yeah, I would absolutely love to be on a stage with him at some point, or in a studio, or just to sit and play. Yeah, he's a huge hero of mine, and he comes up with such amazing parts and such amazing chord sequences that have influenced the music I listen to, and a lot of us probably listen to for a long, long time. So yeah, have I got any questions quickly before I sign off for today's long, hang on a minute, what have I got here? There was some that I didn't read out from last time. I had a message from Barry Shaw asking for, here he goes, I'll read it out. Hi Rob, thanks for your great podcast and for taking the time to share your knowledge. I've just listened to your episode 33 on rhythm guitar, which was brilliant. Thank you very much, Barry. We've just started a band playing funk, soul, R&B covers, and I wondered if you have any advice on how to approach playing guitar in a trio. Bass, drums, guitar. We also have 2 singers not playing instruments. How do you approach covering the main elements of a song, rhythm, riffs, and small solo to allow the singer to rest or to add interest? I find it hard to cover all the parts as the single guitarist without losing the rhythm feel of the song. I'm using a Boss ME90 through FR speakers and play a Fender Strat and a Tele. Keep up the great waffling and superb guitar playing. Thank you very much. Many thanks. Barry Shaw in Cornwall. So, I've talked about this before. Let me turn that delay off now. Hang on, had enough of that. That's quite enough of that. 1 second. I fill up the space if I can. If I need to, I'll fill up the space. So, like, if I'm playing, let's pick a song, really simple song. Let's pick a song like Get Lucky, right? Which is B minor 7, D, F sharp minor 7, E. So, I'm playing more full chords. You know, if I have to play that tonight, there's no keyboard player on the gig, I will play fuller chords. But if the bass player is playing and filling up the space, or there's keyboards, I will probably just look for I'll look for the smallest chords possible. You're asking the opposite. How do I fill up the space? So what I tend to do there, what I've done is I state the chord. I'll play the full chord on the downbeat where the change is, okay, and then I will then concentrate on the higher stuff. I'm basically sort of giving the harmonic information out, and then I'll concentrate on the higher stuff to get me out of the way of the bass player. So, can you hear I'm stating what the chord change is by playing the root note of the chord. So I tend to do that. With regards to finding which part to play, I tend to just think, what's the most important part? What's the bit that people are going to recognise the song from? I think, you know, if a song's got 4 or 5 guitar parts on, I'll just go for the one that's the most important one. Unless there's no keyboards, which there aren't in your case, and then I will work on getting as much of the harmony in as possible, so that the singers have got something to sing against. I'll just do that, really, and that changes from song to song. So I don't know whether I've really helped you there, but that's how I tend to do it. What else have I got? Well, actually, what time is it? I've got to start getting ready for my gig. I've prattled on more than enough today. I'm off to do a boom and twang thing tomorrow. We got our UK boom and twang thing, and then I'm sort of after that I've got 3 days of doing some boom and twang, and then I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week to learn to go over this Sister Sledge set. It's like I've got someone else's teeth in. Really, I haven't, but it's like I have. So I'm gonna love you and leave you for today. If you've got any more questions, send them in to robspunkandjunk@gmail.com, or just leave me a comment below in the YouTube business. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And thanks for watching. And sorry for my jumbled words today. Take care and see you soon.